Hey guys, I think we're on like day 10 or 11 of the stay inside the house and avoid getting the corona stuff. Today we're going to do a little work on the bike. I've decided to move on from the RokForm Perch Mount mount that I've used for my phone for, I don't know, I guess the last like 8 or 9 months. And I'm going to switch to the SP Connect Bar Clamp Mount Pro. Now, this is actually the second mount I've had from SP Connect. The first one they sent had a defect. And before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Ian over at the USA office for SP Connect. He's manning the shop while everybody else is staying home, or was the day I called. I called, let him know about the defect I had, and I actually didn't have the Pro version. I just had the bar clamp mount, the regular one, and he took care of it immediately and actually sent me out this this upgraded version at no additional cost. And this is the Pro version of that mount. You can see here. What makes this difference is you can actually tilt the device up and back once you get it mounted. So greatly appreciated, Ian. You're the man, dude. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Let's take a look at this thing. All right, so when I was looking at the different mounts that they had, I decided to go with the bar clamp mount because I wanted to put something here center, so it would be in my field of vision easily enough while I'm riding, when I'm using it for my phone for a GPS or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this at this position on this lower, where this lower bolt goes on my bar clamp. And to do that, there's one caveat you need to know when you're doing this on a Harley, and particularly on this Fat Bob. SP Connect ships you a package here with 3 different bolts to use to mount this. The problem is these 3 bolts are metric and they won't work on Harley, since we use the Imperial stuff. So what I did was I bought this 5/16 inch -18 by 2 inch cap head screw or bolt. I actually got this one from Home Depot. It's like a couple of bucks. So I'll put a link to the Home Depot site where you can get that bolt if you need one of these. So I'm going to use this to mount it with instead of the bolts that they provided from SP Connect. So the first thing we're going to do, we'll take this cap off. Now, I get a lot of questions from people watching my videos about where I got these bolt covers for my bar clamp to cover up these silver bolts. I actually got them off eBay. The problem is the last time I checked for someone, they're not for sale on there anymore. So unfortunately I can't give you a link to them. So the first thing to do is remove this bolt, and I am using a 1/4 inch hex socket there. Before you put this in place and tighten it down, you want to make sure that you get the washer that comes with that bag of bolts they provide. Put that on the bottom of the mount, and then of course make sure that you've got some Loctite on that bolt. Then we're going to tighten this up. I'm going to position the mount where I want it to be in the final position, and then just snug down this bolt. I'm not going to tighten it all the way yet. Just enough to hold it down and make sure it doesn't wiggle. So a couple of points that you need to know about adjusting the mount here. There's 2 bolts. This one and this position actually loosens this arm so that you can pull this base up and rotate it. It's got a bunch of splines there. That lets you rotate the mount into a position this way, and then also, when you get that done, having that loose will allow you, here I'll just show you, will allow you to rotate that mount up and down as well. Now, to adjust the orientation of the device you're mounting, I'll show you my iPhone. This is the iPhone 11 Pro Max. This is the case that I got from SP Connect. I really like this case. It's super nice. It doesn't add a lot of bulk to the iPhone. But if the mini rails are in a horizontal position, then what that will allow you to do is to mount the phone, twist it, and it will end up in a landscape position, which is what I prefer. If you want to have it on a portrait orientation while you're riding, then you loosen this bolt and then rotate this disc and reseat it once the splines are in a vertical position. And then that's it, guys. It's as simple as it is. I have another mount that I'm going to put on my TomTom so that I can actually put my TomTom on here. I'll do another video on that. What I'm going to do is go ahead and tighten this stuff down, and then I will take a couple of photos or whatever to throw up here, take a look. SP Connect, I'll let you know how this works. I'm really excited about it. There's nothing bad about the RokForm. I do want to make sure that everybody that's asked me about the RokForm, and I've recommended it for those that have asked, there's nothing wrong with the RokForm at all. It's a solid solution. It's just that there's a couple of things that have changed in my setup, and I want something that's towards the center and a little lower, smaller footprint. Also, to tighten these down, I was not able to find the torque values that Harley recommends for these bolts for the bar clamp. So I'm just going to tighten this down to where I think it's the correct tightness, and then we'll go from there. All right, that's it. Thanks again, Ian. I appreciate it, buddy. You guys have a good one. Stay safe and peace.
72 hours later.
After riding around a couple of days and looking at the mount, I decided to take a rattle can of flat black Krylon and black out the bolts and the silver bits. I think it looks a lot better. I'll try to do a review video update on this in a couple of weeks or so and let you know what I think, but so far I'm really digging the mount. Peace.